So again, I've stuffed this backpack full of pillows. I even got an extra one in there this time. So now it's as stuffed as stuff can get, you know. And my reason for doing that is because before I permanently attach these strap sliders to the straps, I want to make sure these straps are exactly the length I need them to be and no longer. As I mentioned early on in this series, I'm really tired of having these straps just dangle in the way of things. I'm tired of having to tuck them in places, so this way they'll be just as long as I need them. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to, now that it's stuffed to capacity, I'm going to set the strap slider where I want it, which is going to be maybe about an inch above this buckle. Probably about right there, maybe a little lower. So I'm thinking that's about exactly where I want them. And when the backpack isn't quite as full, I'll just be able to move those up, which will actually cinch the pack down, so I'll have less room in there. But so now this strap is tucked underneath right now. I'm gonna wrap that around the strap slider. Okay. Yeah, this is going to get weaved through the strap slider. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera here and do this at the same time. I'm going to weave that back through the strap slider, then fold it down onto itself, or I actually might go inside and then run a couple of stitches across there. And that should be all I got left to do. There might be one or two things I think of a little bit later, but for now I'm going to cut this strap down. Okay, I had to take a break there for a little bit, but we'll see if we can finish this while we still got some light out. Now that I got this slider placed about where I want, now I just got to cut the straps. So I'm just going to undo this buckle. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to try and keep this bottom part of this slider in place and just give some slack on that end. And I just got to weave this tag in through the bottom of the slider, and then if I pull that slack back out of the slider, it should pull that tag in through. Alright, I got a little bit too much slack there, so I'm going to try and pull that tag in through without moving the slider, and that should do it. Now I'm just going to fold that over just to figure out where we're cutting this strap at. I'll just go ahead and staple that a couple of times for now. Hold that in place. Alright, so I think all of this extra strap is just excess. So I'll just go ahead and cut that. And obviously we're going to burn it. And if you know me by now, obviously I'm not throwing these away because I probably got something else in mind for them. So I obviously reuse everything. So I'll just go ahead and cut that other strap to the same length I cut this one, and I'll go ahead and sew these strap sliders in place. For this last bit of stitching, I decided to go with fishing line. The only real reason for that is because I happen to have plenty of it, and I didn't want to raid any more from my camping sewing kit that I keep in with my camping gear. Just gonna melt some of the plastic on that. Alright, so this bag is getting more and more functional. So I think the modifications on this bag are really coming together quite nicely. There's one thing I got left to do before I'm going to call it quits. And that's I'm going to take these pieces of strap that we cut off, and I'm going to sew them in between these two outer pockets here. And basically what we're going to create is a belt loop. And that way when I undo these buckles to get something out, they're not going to be flopping around all over the place. They should stay right where they're at. And that way when I close the flap back up, I just buckle it up and I'm good to go. After that, I'd still like to sew this strap. I'd like to stitch it to the top of the map flap, but I think I'm going to hold off on that for a little while. For one, I need more thread, and for two, I just need a break from doing this. Okay, so I'm all done stitching these pieces of strap onto the pack in between these two outer pockets. Now that we've done that, I can just take the strap, weave it under that loop there. I'll set this up here. Weave it under that loop there and connect it. So now once I need to get something out of my pack, I could just undo the buckles, grab whatever I need, flip that flap back over, and the buckles are right where I need them. They can still easily be adjusted if I need to lengthen them or shorten them. It's easy enough. Yeah, I put my pack on earlier and just carried it around the house after I was done with all the stitching, and I gotta tell you, it's a dream now. I should have done this years ago, about 20 years ago. I could have saved myself a lot of hassle. I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. I might have a few mods left on this pack that I want to do, but nothing too major. This honestly makes it really functional. I put a lot of work into the pack, and so hopefully I'll just have this pack for a long time to come. You know, maybe another 20 years. Maybe this will one day be my son's high school bag. You know.